Well, hello, folks. This is Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the man cave. We're gonna unbox and build a new plane. That never happens, does it? Never on Fat Guy Flies RC. He only gets a new plane once every 5 years. All right. Well, anyways, as you can see, this is the 1800mm Ranger. Yes, I have had this before, but when I had this was before I started my YouTube channel. Or actually, I was just starting the YouTube channel. I just started flying, and I had this and flew the dog mess out of it, and ended up selling it to a member of my club. And that's been several years ago, and just kept thinking, man, I've got a lot of some other Cessnas. I said, man, I really miss that Ranger, and I really enjoyed the FMS product, and I said, well, you know what, by golly, I think I'm going to get that again. And they ran it on sale, if I remember, here not too long ago, so I took advantage of it. I had it for a little while. And so I said, well, now's a good time. Hurricane Debbie is wreaking havoc up in North Florida above us now, so my weather's not that great. So perfect time to unbox and build a plane. Alright, so let's get her out of the box. Like I said, as the name suggests, it's a 1.8 meter wingspan Ranger. She's modeled after a Cessna 150. Okay, just in case you're wondering, kind of like what Bigfoot is, except that's the tail dragger version. The Cessna 150 probably the closest. She got this one. I don't know if this has the floats or not. I know it's got the reflex version 2, not version 3. And I'll be using an AR620. Antenna receiver, which is absolutely perfect for it. Now that's the same kind of receiver I had the first one, but they hadn't invented reflex yet. They didn't have that yet. So yeah. All right, and like all of they use FMS and free wing and arrows. All these planes, these things are packed. He dropped off the back of a truck. All right. Watch the fat guy argue with the cone and coffin. Alright. Now this is a 4S bird. You're going to run it on a large 4S, like a 3300, maybe up to a 5000. Two-tier foam coffin. All right. And with all the FMS planes, you can see the cells, but this is just as slick as owl snot. You can't feel the individual cells. You can see them, but you cannot feel them. Okay, a little bit of that glue kind of came out, and that wire there, it runs that light. Very nice. I love the color on this plane. She's got flaps, she's got lights, quick connect wing, so that's good. That's a very nice point. This green shows up really well. Kind of a neon green. Ball links on all your connections there. Make sure you check every nook and cranny and crevice. Good hard plastic doublers there. Ball link again. I don't think my first one had ball links like that. I will not need to do the foam treatment because it has a hard layer or a very thick layer of laminate. When you look into a foam hinge and you see a shiny, almost like a piece like plastic in there, then you've got a very good quality laminate hinge in there. All right, so it's a pinch hinge with laminate. So I won't have to worry about hold the foam on this for quite a while. Now, these little skirts they have on these, I remember them being kind of rinky-dink, that they they rattle. And just so you know, the wheels rake forward, they don't rake backwards when you assemble it. Uh-oh, the manual folded. Folded manual. Ain't gotta deal with that. Very bad. Very bad, FMS. There's no reason to fold that manual. You could have put it on top of one of the wings in the other section. Nice, really strong. Got a hex keyed in prop, so you won't have to worry about the prop slipping. And that is a 12 by 7.5 prop. The reflex programming cable for programming the reflex version 2, which I've never done and have no idea how to do. All your bags of goodies. Looks like a 2mm hex drive is going to get it done. Alright. Rudder's already hooked up. As far as the control surface goes, the only control surface you're going to have to physically hook up will be the elevator. Very nice. Like I say, you cannot feel the individual cells. You can see them, but you can't feel them. They've improved this. Now, when I had this last time, I mean, this has suspension, but not this. This is hefty. This is going to have no problem on grass. No problem at all on grass. The big old wheels. Whoop. There we go. As I drop it and kick it, very nice spinner. Of course, it's plastic, but still, nice spinner. Okay. Keeping up with my debris. All right, now the main event. All right, the fuselage. All right. Got that nice big light there. You got lights on the wings. Very, very nice. All right. Very large battery bay. Okay. Now, it's got thrust reverse. I see thrust reverse. A little yellow pigtail hanging off. And there's your throttle cable, and anytime you see a yellow signal right next to the white signal, you're going to follow it back, and sure enough, there's the thrust reverse. Alright, now all these ones come, you see the vector system right here in front, okay? All these that are labeled are going to go right into your receiver, and you've got throttle, elevator, aileron, rudder, and then you got the S mode, and the S mode is what plugs into a 3-position switch. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then somewhere in here should be a flap, and there's the flap labeled right there. Okay, and there's lights and flap. So lights can be put on a Y because they just need power. And this long cable here, I have no idea. Okay, I'll have to figure all that out, but that's coming down. That is wide off the rudder, and I'll be willing to bet this is so that you can run floats into the rudder, a water rudder. So I'll just let that hang down in there like that. All right. Best way, just take a servo tester and just see what everything does. All right, so let's take The way this fits in is you put the top in there, pull back on the hatch, and the little pin goes in there. So it's not going to go anywhere. All right. 2mm hex drive is what you're going to use. So let's just go ahead, get our large Ernst stand. Okay, and we'll go ahead and start putting this together. Take your topper off. Okay, all right. ESC is going to have to get out of the way. All right. Now the way this is going to work, put the landing gear on. You're going to put this up in here, up in the bottom. There's a hole there, and then you're going to attach this. There's a tiller arm here. Okay, and that tiller arm, they've got this stupid ESC in the way. So let me pause the camera for just a moment. And we'll get everything ready to assemble this model. Okay. Okay, let me show you. If you look right up inside there, see that tiller arm right there on my index finger or my pointer finger pointing? All right, that long loopy looking structure. Well, the top of this is going to go, this is keyed onto here, only fits a certain way, okay, and this part of the nose gear is going to go towards the aft end of the plane. So you're going to fit this up in there, put this down on it, and then you're going to take one of these little black screws that will hold the top of hold this tiller arm on. Okay, so I'm going to fish that up through there. Okay, take my pair of pliers here with the tiller part of the arm going back to the aft part of the plane. Fit that on there. Maybe. Okay. All right, and that's, I went ahead and put it in the channel. I'm going to take now these little black screws, or get two of them. I'm thinking the other one holds the nose cone on. They're like little 3mm length Phillips head screwdriver. And that secures into the top of that nose gear. Okay, now to show you what that looks like, as you can see that white structure there that wasn't there before? Right there. I'm going to just kind of turn. See how that mechanism? All right. So that's that. So we know that, so make sure that's good and tight. So that's what controls my steering. All right. Put the hatch back on. Tug and groove it in. Pull the latch. Okay. Turn this over. Okay. Now we're going to put in our gear. Okay, let's get you closer in. Closer. Hold on just a second. I need to check something on the film. Okay, we're back. All right. Got your model upside down. Okay. Now, this would normally be where you'd put the floats, the front part of the floats in. This is where we're going to put our gear in. Okay. And remember I said these rake forward. Okay. Make sure I got them in the right. Okay, you're going to put them in the furthest forward. Fit them in. May have to kind of fight with them just a little bit. All right. See how they rake forward? Okay, that's what you want. All right. Now in your little bag of goodies, you're going to have these little structures right here. Okay. Now this is pretty self-explanatory how they go in. They're only going to go in one way. And your gear has got to be all the way down. Okay? Because this little part is going to push it the rest of the way. If we're sitting up like that, that's okay. All right, you're going to take a 2mm hex drive, and you're going to take 4 of the medium-sized screws that come with the kit. All right, they are, 10mm. Okay, they look like this. You got 4 of them. You know what? Got those pieces in wrong. These go like that, and this needs to go like that. Okay. Well, you know what? Sorry about that. It's not that it's this. It's the medium-sized screws. You got the little bitty Phillips head screws, okay? And then you've got these screws here. They're a little bit longer. The ones I just showed you are this length. What you're going to be using, see the difference? Slightly longer. You should have 4 of them total. You don't get an extra, so don't lose them. Okay, this is why I love magnetic trays. Hold all the screws, because you don't want your screws to get loose. Nobody likes loose screw. Okay. And that should help lock in that gear. If you can't get it to force it all the way down, this will take care of this. Will do the rest of the work for you. When all is said and done, those 2 plastic brackets I showed you should be fitting nice and flush in there. Now, if you find when you're flying this plane that these little skirts kind of they make a little bit of racket with the wind, you can take the little black zip ties, put them on there, and that'll help tighten them down. There we go. When you hear that and that tightening sound, that's what you want. A tight model is a happy model. You want these ends here to end up being pretty flush. You'll kind of tell when it bottoms out. Like that one's bottomed out. That one's bottomed out now. That's pretty well bottomed out now. All right. I mean, not perfectly flush, but it's in there pretty good. Whoa! Don't do that. All right. Now you got that done. Let's turn our attention. Whoa. Turn our attention to the tail. I wish it was right there. All right. Now, if you look, get all these grooves. Make it very simple. Okay. This is where you're going to use those shorter screws I tried to use earlier. All right. You're going to take your elevator first. Okay. And it keys in there just like this. Okay. The darker of the decals are going to go up. This tiller is going to rest right here in this groove, just like that. Okay. Then you're going to tongue and groove. You need to find your my rudder servo has dropped down in there. Where'd it go? Let me grab my rudder servo. Get my grabber tool that I have. These little tools right here are awesome. You know what? I just realized that long, remember that long one that I said was rudder? That long one I said I'll just fish that back in there? Yeah, that's what that was. That was that thing back there, and I pulled it up. So what I'm going to have to do is let gravity be my friend. Yeah, I shouldn't have pulled that forward, because that was back there in preparation for my rudder. Now where'd you go? This is just the things you have to do. All right. There it is. There's the elevator. Got my grabber tool. It has fallen down there. Okay. It has fallen and it can't get up. Okay, take my little hook here. Right back to there we go. There we go. All right. Okay. Take that. Now remember, when you hook up servo leads, connectors, the polarity is always light to light, dark to dark. In this case, I got brown as my darkest and yellow as my lightest. So I'm going to make sure my light, my yellow, and my brown light up, and that red, and that clicks in with that nice locking, very nice locking servo lead. That's going to key in there just like that. Okay, that all tongue and grooves in there together, just like that. All right, now we can kind of hold that together. It kind of pressure fits in there, so I'm not too overly worried about it coming undone right now. Okay, you're going to take your 2mm hex drive and two of them, the shorter of the screws. Let me make sure it's these right here. Okay, let me make absolutely sure. That should be what I'm grabbing right now. Don't want to steer you the wrong way. Yeah, 3mm. Okay, or 3.0. They're little. Okay, but they're little, but they're strong. You know what? I may have told you all wrong. Let me look at this. No, 3 of the 10 millimeters go there. And then these, oh. No, these are the 2 long screws. Never mind. These are longer screws. It's these big 40 millimeters, which that kind of makes more sense. Yeah, 40 millimeter. I misread the instructions. I would have been kept screwing, and they're not reaching. Okay. Because typically, normal, oh yeah, that bottom right out. You start seeing this plastic doubling or pulling in, you know you've hit. You know you're bottomed out. Come on. Not want to get a hold of it. Sometimes, oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. That's starting to dip in there, that plastic. Okay, that way I know that is fitting in there nice and tight. All right. Now, we should be ready to add our wings. Okay. Take your wing spar, put that through there. Okay. This is going to go in from the bottom. You're going to screw in from the bottom. Okay. Line that up like that. That's going to go on there. And go ahead and line up your wing spar down here. Okay. Go ahead and take your little pin, these little locking pins. And I like whatever's more comfortable for you. But there's little holes on either side, as you can see them. They're little, but they're there. I had to fight with it just a little bit. Try not to drop your... where did it go? Where did it go? Alright, we'll pause for just a minute while I go find the pin. Okay, I'm back. Found the little pin. It had fallen and had stuck to the side of my little magnetic tray, but I went ahead and attached this wing and used the other pin, slid it through there from the bottom up, okay, and it just pops right on. Now, I discovered the hard way, okay, these small, I was wrong when I put the landing gear on. It is not, it is the smallest of the machine screws go in the landing gear. And the 4, you'll have, actually got a couple, got an extra one. These kind of screws here, they're the medium-sized machine screws. That's what go in the wing, not the shortest ones, okay? Okay, let me show you the difference. I told you wrong when I put this back gear on. These small screws like this, okay, like that, are what hold the gear on. These screws, which are clearly longer, okay, is what holds the wings on. Okay, you'll need 4 of them. You do get some extra. So now I'm going to go back. But actually, it took them longer screws in order to get these pieces to get these fastener doublers to go in there. Now they're going there no problem. So let me just, and I'll probably just fast forward me putting these 4 screws in. Okay, those are on there. You slide your wing in on the spar, put in the 2 of these middle-sized screws, hold the wing in, and make sure you line up your spar as you're doing that, and put your pin in. And that pin just slides in either way. It just has a little, channel just pops right in. All right. Now I'll show you how to put the other wing on, which is the same difference. Okay? Alright, already got your spar in there. Got your quick connect. There's your spar hole. Okay, line up your spar. Okay. See, that right there is the mating point for the spar. We'll get it lined up. You don't want, okay, now that just kind of fits right in there. No problem. Okay. Take your, and you can see how this is keyed. Got a little, like a pop-in point. I like to find the bottom hole here. Okay. You may have to fiddle with it just a little bit to make it work right. But it will. That just, I don't think there's any wrong way of putting it on there. Okay. And that just pops on there like that. Oh, like that. Okay. Now, turn your model over. These medium-sized screws. You may have to kind of pull your wing in just a little bit. Get everything lined up right. I got my hand back here. Just kind of it's just a way of balancing yourself. It has a very obvious bottoming out point. Okay. Now, that's not lined up perfectly there. So I'll get that in there. Pull that wing to me and get it started. Using my body to brace it. Okay. Hand back there behind it. Might be easier going from this direction. Yeah, it is. I have to do these awkward positions just so I can show you on camera. You probably would have it upside down, laying flat and bearing down. Those go in nice and flush. Okay. All right. We now have, basically, other than putting the prop on, which I'm just going to put the prop on just to show you how it goes on. I'm not going to leave it on. Let me grab the hatch. Okay. And there like that. Don't be tempted to shove that down. Put that down with because otherwise that nubber that sticks out is going to dig into the front paint there. So set the top of it in, holding this pin back, and then allow it forward to release. All right, now you're going to take your prop, okay? Slide that onto that. Remember I had that hex configuration? Same thing there on the front. Okay, you're going to take that. See, it's got that hex. That's just going to slide on there like that. That's going to go on there like that. You're going to take your prop nut. Surprised I didn't have a washer to go with that, but it doesn't. Okay. Tighten that up. Okay. That's going to slide on there like that, and I think, you see how far of that, that's going to be that last of that long medium screw. Okay. It should line up on the end, the front there. If it doesn't grab it right away, then you use one of the shorter screws. If it's loose. Okay. Nope, that's it. Okay. After all said and done, you should have two of these, the smaller machine screws, one of the little black Phillips head screw, and one of the long screws left over. The only thing left now is to hook up the elevator servo. However, I don't do that until I do the radio setup. Alright. This is your only peripheral. And it goes in here. Slide that in. Alright, and that is the basic build of the Cessna Ranger 1.8 meter from FMS. Okay, runs on a big Fortis. I'll be mounting a AR-620, will be what I'll be using. Okay. I'll be mounting it back probably right behind, or to the you see where the reflex is? I'll be mounting it right beside it, pushed a little further back. Give me some more room battery. Alright folks, well there you go. That is the basic build of the FMS Ranger 1.8 meter wingspan. Same thing as a Cessna 150, I believe. And I know it to be a good flying bird. I've had this one before, and I remember she flies wonderfully. Alright, well thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I've been doing lately, I will go ahead and put the radio in and everything, and go fly and maiden. I will maiden that, and then I'll come back and we'll do the radio setup together, and I'll show you how to electronically put it all together, and then that way, when I tell you, this is the rates, this is the flap mix, this is how I set it up, it's already been proven in the maiden. Okay, it's already been proven. The only thing that you won't be seeing me do is actually mounting the receiver. And all I'm going to do is plug all the leads that are labeled into the receiver, the signal side up towards the top of the label, and then mounting that in the middle of the plane. That's all I do. And then everything else I can show you in the radio. So, and I'll be on my IX-14. All right, folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends. And the Rangers, FMS, thank you for taking $329 of my money, or however much. I think that's what I paid for it. I'm an affiliate with them, but I don't get any kind of discount for the planes. I pay full price. If you want to buy this plane and use my link, it won't cost you anything extra, but I will get like a 4% or a 5% commission. I'm just letting you know, being honest with you, point blank. Good flying plane, but I paid full price just like you will. All right, y'all have a good. God bless y'all.